Sunday, December 25th, 2022. Merry Christmas, Joyeux Noël. To say that the last few days have been a whirlwind of events would be an understatement. So I was booked on a flight yesterday morning at 6:30 a.m. And no, let me backtrack. Friday, last day of work, actually was a snow day. So I was really happy to have the day here, just to pause and just to, double check everything, a day of pause before my big adventure. That day, Friday at 3 p.m., my flight was canceled. So I was in a state of shock for almost 2 hours. I didn't feel disappointment. I didn't feel upset. I just was like, I was laughing. I kept laughing because I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this. I've never had that happen to me before, that I've had a flight canceled. Anyway, after an hour and 45 minutes, I finally got on the phone to try and book another flight. And the next available flight wasn't for another 4 days, which would make my through hike impossible. Then the tears came. Then I filed an insurance claim for the canceled trip. And then new flights started to appear. So I was able to get a flight for Monday morning. Monday morning. So I'll lose 3 days of hiking time. So I have been spending the last couple of days reweighing things, refiguring out an itinerary, checking with my friend who's helping me out to make sure that my new schedule works for him. He is helping me out at the beginning, in the middle, for my resupply, and at the end. I'll elaborate more later, specifically about him, about this friend. But basically this trip would not be possible without some help. So I'm very thankful to this friend. His name's Rob. So so the trip is on. I think, looking at my original itinerary, I would say it was very conservatively planned. I planned it based on my performance on other through hikes. I feel like my new itinerary is, if I didn't think it was possible, I wouldn't be going. I think my new itinerary is, even though it'll now be done in 12 days instead of 15, I still think it's very possible. In fact, I think it might be a better itinerary. I think some of the days that I had planned before perhaps were too short. We'll see, knock on wood. It is what it is. It must be this new way. So I feel very confident that I can still pull it off. And it just got a little more challenging, that's all. So in this video, I'm going to show you what is in my through hiking backpack. I'll show again what is in within my through hiking backpack. I'm going to show what is in my food, my URSACK of food, what is in my first aid kit. I've never done that before. What is in my YouTube kit, what is in my clothing bag, what is in my toiletries pouch, and finally, what is in the brain of my backpack. I did a lot of renegotiating with myself and deciding what I could live without and all of that stuff. I even changed the tent that I'm using just today. So let me show you what is in my through hiking backpack. All right, actually, let's start with what's in my resupply package. That will be after 6 days of hiking. I will receive my resupply package, and then I will have another 6 days of hiking. I'll show you what's in that. All right, so all of this stuff I'm gonna put in that bag, and that will go in my my suitcase. I have 6 pepperoni sticks. That's basically my lunch. 6 bags of nuts and raisins. That's 1,063 calories. So that's, I'm gonna munch on that all day. That's basically my breakfast and dinner. 6 protein bars and 5, one day I'll have to suffer without, 5 sesame snaps. Oh yeah, no, that'll just be basically my dinner, because for breakfast I have these Boost breakfasts. So there's 6 packages of those, vanilla or chocolate or vanilla peanut butter or chocolate peanut butter. I have this 30,000 megahertz battery recharge for my cell phone, an extra pair of gloves in case I lose my first pair in the first 6 days. Bamboo base Huggies, since I can no longer find the Coleman's Bio Wipes, cannot find them at all. A change of clothes, so it's a second pair of the Fjallraven. I know that's not how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I just enjoy pronouncing it that way. So a second pair of Fjallraven hiking pants, a second pair of wool underpants that my friend Janine, made for me from wool tights that I had, a 250 merino wool long sleeve shirt, a 150 merino wool short sleeve t-shirt, fire starter, underwear, and basically I wear both of those together, like, so that's one pair of socks, and yeah, just an extra pair of merino wool short socks in case, I don't know, just because. So that's what's in my resupply package. Next I'm going to show you what I'll actually be wearing to start off the hike. Yeah, I'll show you that. All right, this is what I'll be wearing. By the way, please notice how everything matches. The jacket, which I bought 3 years ago, the merino wool hat, which I bought a few months ago, the boots, which I bought last week, the hiking poles, even my Smart Wool socks, they all match. Definitely not a requirement, but it does make me very, very happy. All right, so yeah, this is what is the brand of this? Icebreaker. So that's an Icebreaker merino wool jacket. Underneath that, I will be wearing this merino wool 150 short sleeve t-shirt, and that's it. I have other layers that I'll show you that are in my clothing bag, but I'm only gonna start off with this. The merino wool undershorts, again, made by my friend Janine for me, and my Fjallraven hiking pants. Yep, Smart Wool toque, North Face hiking boots that are 2 sizes larger than my normal size, so these are an 8, and that is to fit the socks. So I'm wearing 2 layers of socks. That helps prevent blisters, also provides warmth. So yeah, it's just a pair of regular wool socks. They're quite thin, and then Smart Wool over socks with full padding, or like, yeah, you can get semi padding. Anyway, this is the full padding, that they're nice and thick. Yeah, so that is what I'll be wearing to start off. By the way, I have never used trekking poles before. I probably should have practiced with them actually. I'm sure I'll be fine. But I definitely, with the extra weight on your back, like, you just don't have that command or control of your center of gravity. And for water crossings, any sort of any footing that's precarious at all, they definitely are helpful. Like, there have been times in Algonquin or whatever that I've had to look for a stick in order to navigate through certain water crossings. So I don't want to have to stop and look for sticks and all of that stuff. Anyway, so I have sort of been anti trekking poles. A lot of people have said, why don't you use trekking poles, and you should use trekking poles and blah, and I'm like, no. But I bought trekking poles, so definitely think that they will be a time saver and it will add to my safety for this trip. All right, next thing I'm going to show you is what is in my clothing bag, just because that seems like a natural next step after I showed you what I'm actually wearing, and then so now I'm going to show you what I have as backup and extra layers. So here's what is in my clothing stuff sack. So for sleeping at night, I've got these good to minus 40-degree socks. They are like 2 wool bricks. I have never seen socks like that. I'm excited about those, as well as a pair of smart wool pants if I want to like have an extra layer, or like instead of my hiking pants. So that's specifically for nightwear. I have an extra pair of socks. Again, these are worn together, so that's just like 1 extra pair of socks, and an extra pair of the smaller smart wool ankle sock, just in case this is too much and my feet are getting overheated and I need a break. This is the extra layer I was talking about. So, I'm starting off wearing just this merino wool short sleeve t-shirt, but I can layer up with this long sleeve merino wool. This is a 200 merino wool. And then I also have this over sweater, this over sweater. This is smart wool and this is 250. So basically I have a potential for 3 layers: the 150 merino wool short sleeve t-shirt, the 200 merino wool long sleeve shirt, and plus the smart wool 250 over shirt. The t-shirt is an extra small. That's my size. This is a small, so a little bit larger. And then this should be a medium, but it might be a small. It is a small. But anyway, I tried it on. It fits nicely over without being too tight. I have this smart wool neck warmer. I really don't think I'll be using that. I have the Sea to Summit Thermalite Fabric Reactor sleeping bag liner that supposedly adds 8 degrees of warmth. I believe that it does. This is an inflatable pillow, which I often just don't even use, and 3 changes of underwear, and that's everything. So I'll have the double socks that I'm wearing, a backup double socks, and then a double socks in my resupply. So for the 12 days, 3 pairs of socks. For the 12 days, 6 pairs of underwear. And for the 12 days, 1 change of clothes. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to show you what is in my entire thru-hiking backpack. One more thing. The only thing I didn't double up on, like have a fresh supply of, like everything in my resupply package for clothing is just an exact replacement of what I'm bringing for the first 6 days, except I did not pack a replacement for the over, for this over, like for my 3rd top layer, because I doubt I'll even use that one. Anyway, I might. What if something happened to it? Okay, I will include a 2nd top 3rd layer in the resupply package too, in addition to what I showed you. There she is, my monster. All right, there is my backpack unpacked. So aside from this stuff that I'm actually wearing, this is what's coming with me. And I'll try to go through quickly because I know this is a really long video of just me blabbing. There's my URSACK full of food. There's my clothing bag. My Hennessy hammock tent. I've reverted back to that. I was going to use a ground tent, but I've decided to stick with my tried and true hammock tent. My North Face Cat's Meow Good to minus 7 degree bag, sleeping bag. 2 1-liter Nalgene bottles, of which I'm only going to keep 1 full for most of the, while I'm hiking. My toiletries bag, my first aid kit, my YouTube kit, my Crocs water shoes. That's for the water crossings. These boots will come right off, and these will go on, and we'll go through the water, like basically barefoot, but with grip. My tarp. My silicone tarp. So that is basically, the only reason for that is that if I have to set up camp in the rain, that will go up first, and then I will set up camp underneath it. Other than that, I don't need that. And then my rain pants and rain jacket. there's the brain detached from the top of the bag. And then I will now explain what is in each of these separate things. First thing that gets packed in the bag, right at the bottom, is the sleeping bag and the hammock tent. The first aid kit is also on that layer, on that first bottom layer, because it fits, because I hardly ever use it during a hike. I don't need it to be at the top where I access. And also there is a bottom zip. So if I did need to access the first aid kit very quickly, it's right at the bottom. It would be the first thing that would fall out. But before I pack the first aid kit in, I'm gonna show you what is in my first aid kit. Yummy, Merry Christmas. I ate all the food in my house before my trip. I wasn't expecting to be here for 3 extra days, so I'm eating camp food. Delish. All right, here are the contents of my first aid kit. Tensor bandage, should I twist an ankle. Medical tape, so if I were to get a blister on a toe or something, you just wrap that right around. Whatever, if I get a blister on the back of my heel. Band-aids, ankle support thingies, again, just, you know, sort of same function as the tensor bandage. Yeah, a bottle of Benadryl already opened from the package because I find them very hard to open. Antacids and Advil. This is a pain relief cream that came in a race kit one time, I don't know. And then this, I do use this, yeah, just, what do you call it? Hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, before, like, so any blister or cut, I would spray with that first before putting on a Band-Aid. And that's everything. Oh, I showed it, but I forgot to mention it, and an EpiPen. So I did have a reaction to a hornet sting last summer as I did the Nipisiguit Micmac Trail. You don't need a prescription to have an EpiPen. I had never reacted before. I was 47 years old. So I think it's a good idea for everyone to carry one just in case. The Benadryl, yeah, I find it very hard to get out of the package. So I took them all out of the package. I've got the expiry date written right on the bottle. Another woman I had spoken to on the Nipisiguit Micmac Trail Facebook page had said that she's highly allergic. Her doctor told her if she got stung, immediately chew 3 Benadryl as well as administer the EpiPen. Anyway, I don't think it's that serious for me. In fact, I don't think I would need the EpiPen at all. I think the Benadryl would do the trick. But anyway, I've got both. And I'm gonna give the weights of all of these individual bags as well as the total weight at the end of the video. Okay, first aid kit is now squeezed in there. Now we're on to level 2 of my backpack. Actually, before we get to level 2, these 3 items, rain pants, rain jacket, and tarp, go into this front flap here. So they are packed away now. All right, this is my 6-day food supply, which is kept in my URSACK. That is bear proof and critter proof. No need for hanging. You just tie that around a tree and you are golden. 6 pepperoni sticks, those are my lunches. 6 Boost breakfasts. This is an empty 500 ml Nalgene bottle for mixing those up with water. 6 pouches of nuts and raisins, 50 grams, each pouch contains 50 grams of cashews, 50 grams of pecans, 50 grams of raisins, and 50 grams of almonds, 1,063 calories each. 5 sesame snaps, so one day I'll have to do without, and 6 protein bars. So that averages out to about 2,000 calories per day. So there it is all packed up again. And there it is packed into my backpack. It's the second or middle layer of the backpack. That is the single most heaviest item. It is the single item that has the most weight. The single heaviest item weight. This is my second time trying to say that. Single most heaviest item. Single most heaviest item. Yeah. Oh my God. So that goes in the middle. The 2 Nalgene bottles go on, one on each side pocket. One is empty, one is full. There's the lovely repair job I did after the massive tear I got on the Nipisket Micmac Trail. So not pretty, but very cool. And we're almost done. Yeah, just a couple more items. And then I'll show you what's in the brain as well. The top flap of the backpack. This is my ever precious YouTube kit. So I have two 20,000 megahertz recharges for to recharge my phone. Each one will recharge it to full from dead 3 or 4 times. This is the cord, to connect my phone to the recharge. I have had instances in the past when I wasn't using like the actual Apple cord, where it was the connection wasn't good and it would charge and then it would not be charging, and that is so stressful. So I bring 2 Apple brand cords. This so I can recharge these if I were to happen upon a power source or at the end of my hike. This is the cord for the replacement, like the replacement battery charger that's in my resupply pack, which is these are 2 20,000 ones. The resupply one is a 30,000, just a single 30,000 one, and this is the cord for that one. This is the cord to plug in my satellite system to be recharged. This is the cord to plug in something. I don't remember. And then these are extra batteries for my headlamp. Yeah, it's like, I call it my YouTube kit, but it's basically my power source bag or whatever. My water shoes are just attached by a carabiner to the outside of the bag. Next, I'm going to show you what is in my toiletries bag. There are a couple of items that I definitely don't need, but I want them. They're very lightweight and I'm taking them. So let me show you what's in the toiletries bag. In my toiletries bag, I have 2 nail files. Probably not necessary, but could come in handy for something. Toothbrush. Inside here are tampons and Q-tips. It's in a waterproof container because those items are pretty useless if they get wet. A hair pick and a hair brush with a mirror. Hair bands, and inside of here there's another container, and this is Vaseline. Nothing to do with the hair ties, it just fit inside, so I put it in there. So hair ties, Vaseline, toothpaste, vitamins. This is a shampoo and conditioner bar, so it's like soap. You can even wash your hair with that. A mirror, my signature star earrings. I know I don't need them, but they're definitely coming. Tweezers, scissors, nail clippers, and again, definitely not necessary, but it's coming, and that is mascara. So, and there it is all packed up. I like this bag because you can see everything. It's easy to find everything. You don't have to go searching. So I've already shown you what's in my clothing bag. So yeah, top layer is clothing bag, toiletries bag, YouTube kit. And all that's left now is what's in the brain. All right, the brain. Okay, so this is the top flap of my backpack. And in it, I have trowel for digging holes for toileting, bear spray, although that will be kept in my in a pocket in my pants for easy access. Bamboo based Huggies for all hygiene purposes for 12 days of not showering. This is my Algonquin Provincial Park map. That's not where I'm going, but anyway, the map for where I'm going will be in the top flap as well. My gloves, trail tape. If I had to go off trail for any reason, I would blaze my path so I could find my way back, or so that someone could find me. This is some duct tape for any repairs I might need to do. Backpack cover in case it should rain. C2 Summit hiking umbrella, so just a small umbrella, just for protection from the rain. fire starter. So there's storm-proof matches inside there. Some cordage for I don't know what. My headlamp. And then finally, my satellite system, the world's loudest whistle, the Ferris rod to start fires, bear bell, thermometer and compass. That's it. So there's my bag with the brain reattached. The last thing I have to show you is what is inside these two hip pockets. In the one pocket, I have this pack towel for drying my feet after water crossings, a little pocket knife, and some chapstick. In the other one, I have some business cards, laminated business cards. These are my aqua tabs to purify water, and a second chapstick because I would go crazy if I didn't have access to chapstick. The hip strap pockets are also where I put my snacks for the day. So like the nuts and raisins and all that will be in there. My protein bar, the sesame snap, unless it's day 6. Yeah, anyway, whatever food I'm munching on while I'm hiking will also go in those pockets. So even though I've technically weighed everything and it should weigh a certain amount, I didn't weigh those items in the hip pack. I didn't weigh the backpack itself. So let's give that thing away. All right, let's weigh this thing. Yeah, I can't, I want to name it, but I can't call it the monster because that's what Cheryl Strayed called her backpack in that book, Wild. So I need to think of another name. Okay, it's really hard to weigh it because it's just an awkward hold. God. Okay, okay, so that is 35.3 pounds. That's really good, actually. I'm very happy with that. 35.3 pounds. Great, and then it will just keep getting lighter and lighter as the days go on because, yeah, I've basically a pound of food per day. So great. Yeah. Oh. So here's the actual list of all the stuff and the individual weights. And then, yeah, the actual weight. I don't have a list of what's in each of these things that I showed, but this is the overall list. And that's about it. I have done a lot of talking in this video, but I hope it was helpful. That is the most detailed video I've ever done about the contents of my backpack. So yeah, I hope it was helpful. I fly out tomorrow morning at 6, and then I start hiking the next day, the 27th, at the crack of dawn. So wish me luck. And because yeah, I will have to hike more kilometers than originally intended, but I think I can do it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, like, and subscribe. Keep my retirement dream alive of doing adventures in nature full-time when I retire in 11 years and 4 months. See you next Wednesday. Take care.